So the next card we're going to do is a quad easel card. Now I know most of you have made easel cards before. We must have made hundreds and hundreds of them. This is the first time I've actually made one on a scan and cut, but this is a quad easel card. So basically you get 4 easel cards put onto the top of a base. So it's really quite cute. If I turn it around, it looks really nice from the front, it looks really nice from above. But basically what you can do with it is you can take the sections and, like an easel card, you can actually lay them all flat. So we lay them flat, it will then go in an envelope or a box. And it's quite nice, it's really nice, and I've just kept it simple. I've put some flowers on, no sentiments. We've just been thinking of other things you could use for this, maybe do it on a bigger scale and use it almost like a seating plan, so you could have people's names on because of the way it's angled on each section. We did think about maybe doing some menu cards on there, or even like a child's game, like a matching kind of pairs game or a lotto game. So think about lots of different ideas that you could do with this, but for now we're just going to make it up as it is here as a quad easel card. And so let's get going and show you how to do it. So we're going to start off with our base layer. Now, because this is not a card as such, because we've got the little easels on top, what we need is just a flat base, which again we cut from the scan and cut, and then we've got a layer that sits on top. So we'll glue the layer on and then we can start to build up on that. I will show you how to do the mechanisms that sit on top. I know lots of you have already made easel cards before, and diagonal easel cards, so it kind of just the same as that really. Again, we're doing it in black and white so that it makes it nice and simple and a bit easier for you to see once you're starting to assemble it. So we have 4 of the panels, the easel panels. Now the machine will put a score line across the middle of each, and then it will do a line going diagonally from the bottom left up to the top right. So this is how we need to fold them. So I folded one already. So we fold across the middle section up, and then we do this so that the left corner comes down to the right corner. So I'll show you that with the remaining 3. So we'll do that one down that way and that one that way. So they all have to be exactly the same way. Okay, and then our 4th one, like that. Okay, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do, we have mats and layers for each of these pieces. So while we've got this sat here like this, I'm going to take some of my mats and layers and put them on already so that we can see how it fits together. So let's do a black layer on this one, and then a white one on top, just to show you how this starts to build. And if we do this first, I think when you start to put these on the card, it makes it look a little bit easier when actually placing them evenly and gluing them down. So if we put this one on here, and then again a white one in the middle. So we've got 4 exactly the same. And I mean, they're quite nice, these as well. Even if you wanted to use these as little easel cards, again, they're tiny, but these would make nice place cards for maybe a wedding or a meal out or something. And you could actually use these just as individual place cards. So you could just use them on their own, like that, and use it without the base. So I'm sure you'll come up with lots and lots of different ideas for these. Once you've made your first one, you probably start getting really creative with the other things you can make from it. So we've got our mats here now, and we'll do our last one, and then once we've done the 4 of them, we can then position them. So what I'm going to do is position them on the actual base, and then I'll show you how to put the other mats on top. So what we're going to do is we have to align them on the mat so that they all sit the opposite way to each other. So if I get the original project and show you what I mean. So with this first one here, this one needs to have its back section. It needs to go like that. I can't really explain a better way. So the back section of this one is actually here, like that. So that one will sit there. And then what you need to do, each piece you need to turn. So if we've got the back section of that one there, along there, then the next one needs to be that way, like that. Okay, and then the next one needs to have the back section that way, and then the next one has the back section this way. So you're kind of turning them. So you have, wherever you start with one, you turn them 90 degrees that way, so that you eventually you have that effect, if that makes sense. So let's glue this one on first. Okay, and I'm allowing roughly about probably just over 1/2 centimetre of the layer showing underneath. And that way you will also have about the same going up the middle between each of the cards. So we can pop that one there, and you can kind of align each of them up as you turn it round. You can align them with one another as well. So we have that one with the back. So we've done that way, we've done that way. We do this one this way, and let's just make sure that that one goes that way, like that. And then that one goes this way. So eventually, like that. And then we have all going the same way. So if you turn it around, you've got your back there, then you've got your back there, you've got your back there, and you've got your back there, if that's how you can see it from above. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to add a layer to the front of each of these. So let's grab our other layers, of which we've got lots of here. So what we can do, we take this one and we will put it on there like that. Now I've just glued that on the actual mat itself, but top tip, as we showed before on one of the other projects that we did, actually glue your triangle, just so that you know you're not making the whole back be covered in glue when it doesn't need to be. So we pop that one on there, just line it up. And it's a little bit fiddly, but it's okay. You can do it. It's a good way to do it, I feel, because you get it even. And then we'll do our next one. Let's get the big mat from here and put that on there like that. Line it up. And then we've also got some little stoppers that actually stop the panels from falling down once you've got them in place. That's my small one, that's the bigger one. Let's pop that on there. And make sure that's just in place. Okay, so while those are just having a minute to dry, we are just going to take some of our circles. Now I've cut them both sizes in black and in white. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the black one and we're going to put a white one on top, like that, because these are our little stoppers. And remember, everything that you do on this card, you are just mirroring. So you do one, if you do one section, you need to do the, oh, wrong one. You need to do the remaining 4 exactly the same. So we're going to do the larger black circle with a smaller white one on top. And then the same with this. Now these need to go like a regular easel card. They need to sit on foam tape or foam pads, because that's then what stops the card panel from falling down. So we'll put those on a little bit of foam tape in a minute, and then we can stick these in position. So let those just sit there. And then, so now we've got as well some smaller mats that can go on top there. So we just put these on. Again, I'm doing this really quickly, just so that you get the idea and you can see how it works. I must admit that I don't normally make cards in black and white, but I've really enjoyed doing all these in black and white. I think they really do stand out. And I think, you know, you can have real fun just making cards that are just 2 colours. You know, maybe you could do like brown and yellow, or blue and red like we've done there. Really, really nice way of doing projects. They're very striking as well. Okay, so we'll do that one on there. And then we've got one more to do. That's the one there. I'll just pop this one on here. Right, so now we'll grab some foam tape. I'm just going to pop a little square of foam tape on the back of each circle. Like that. So we do 4 of these. And these will become your stoppers. And they will hold up your pretty little embellishments or your toppers or whatever it is you've used. So what we do now is take off the backing tape, and we are going to put these in the way they need to be. So let me just grab that one, and we're going to just pop a little stopper here like that, and then we will do our second one, which will be this one here. And again, they all kind of overlap each other, so let me just pop that one back on there, press that down a little bit like that, and then this one here, and then we'll do another one here. So I'm kind of placing them in the same place all the way around, and then what we will do in a second, we will just put them all standing up in their place so that you can see just how it works. There we go. So now if you find that your it needs to sit a little bit more flat, you can press again along your score lines just so that they start to sit. This is what I had to do on my original one. And then I think on my original one, I actually added another layer of foam tape because I got quite a lot of card on my topper section. There we go. So we've got one there. Don't forget as well, if you're folding along your diagonal line, fold along your proper score line as well that goes halfway along. I think I will put some more tape on that one just to lift up the stoppers a bit higher. And I'll just flatten that one down as well. And that one. And then there we go. So we have them all tucked behind their own little stoppers. Once you get your extra weight on here as well, they will all tuck nicely behind. They're a bit excited at the moment. They want to just jump up from there. But there you go. You get the idea. And you will see when we bring in our original one, yes, I did do 2 layers of foam tape on there, and that just makes all the difference because you can see there, they all stand up and they stop each other as well from falling down once they're behind their stoppers. So a little tip there. Again, pop them on a double layer of foam tape and you'll find they'll all sit nicely behind. But that's how you do your quad easel card. Have fun doing that. It's something a bit different. It's quite technical, but it's good fun.